What do you make of the game?
I think it was a bit of a real eye-opener that we could score late, but it really stunk when they got a handball off the shoulder to get that penalty kick at the end. I think the refs lately have been a little off their game. They may need some mid-season training before we go into the rest of the season.
I mean, how do you explain their reffing last season then?
Shitty? Is that the best I can do? Can I curse on here?
Yeah.
They were quite fucking horrible last year.
Yeah.
They seem to try a little bit harder this year, but they're still just really screwing the pooch on a lot of calls.
All right, and if you got to take a positive out of it today, what do you take as a positive?
It seems as though Joe Bendick has been doing the best he can. Most of the goals are things that he can't really stop. That first goal, there's nothing he could do about it. That penalty kick, we've already seen him just kill one penalty kick this year. Unfortunately, he couldn't do it again. I also like when they brought the subs in, the whole team dynamic just changed. They were pushing the ball into New England's third, and they were really trying to score. And we saw that late when they got that goal, that it really worked out. That might be an idea for next week's starting lineup.
Well, I think you got to bring in the subs early this week after last week's debacle.
Yeah, and no offense to Ramos, we all love him. I'm glad he wasn't out there today. Maybe just a little time to cool his heads. And I'm glad he didn't wait until he brought Carrasco in on stoppage time, but I'm glad he didn't wait until 2 minutes into the end of the game to bring in subs this week. They really put some juice back into the team, especially Kyle Larin. You really saw that he was happy to be out there and get some ball moving.
And I'm glad you mentioned Ramos. I thought this is the first time we've seen Alston all season. I thought he did fairly well, and I thought defensively especially he gave us a steady foot. Going forward, we might have lost a little bit in Ramos' speed, but I thought that defensively Alston was particularly solid. What'd you think about Alston?
He definitely held his own, and he even had a try at the end of the game where he just put one right over the bar that we thought we were going to go up on one goal because of him in the first place. So I really was excited to see him out there. He seemed to be hustling. Again, just like when Cullen came in last game the first time all season, he was really excited to be there, put forth a lot of effort. I think we saw that from Alston today.
Any other general sentiments that I might have missed that you wanted to share?
I really think we need to work on our possession. We just cannot keep the ball. Nothing could happen unless we fed it in real deep. They really got to work on getting that ball movement going so they don't just give the ball up every 30 seconds.
And we're a possession-based team, so if we're not gonna be able to hold possession, then you're not gonna get any disagreements from me.
Exactly. I mean, you can't really expect them to do anything if they can't get the ball down the field. Without Ramos there, Seren wasn't running as fast as normal, and Larin not starting the game. They weren't going to blow anybody off the blocks today.
All right. Well, thank you for an awesome burger last week, and thank you for an excellent interview this week.
My pleasure, brother.
My man. All right.
See you next week.
You want to give anybody a shout out before we're done?
Thank you to the Ruckus for allowing me to be here, and thank you for everybody for coming out. Fill the bowl. We got the ladies tonight. Next week, a home opener. Let's get this shit going.
All right, I'll be there. I know Chris behind the camera, my man. Thank you. He'll be there. So it's all good. Hell yeah.
Chris.